Are you a basketball player that wants to develop a quicker shot? If so, you're going to want to stick around for this episode as I share the secret to developing a quicker shot and the best way to practice it. Let's jump in and discuss. Welcome back to Hard Smart Together. I'm Coach Dave. I'm here every week to help basketball players become the smart, confident players that coaches love. So we're talking about everybody's favorite topic, shooting, and how to develop a quicker shot, how to develop a quicker release shot. I watch so much, basketball, and I hear commentators all the time on TV talking about it at every level, talking about, wow, that player has such a quick release. Man, look at how quickly that player can get the ball off. And I think there's a lot of sometimes confusion about what makes a quick shooter, what makes a quick release. So we want to kind of demystify that for you and give you some tangible things that if you're not already doing it as a shooter, you can do to develop a quicker release shot. Now today we'll be talking about catch and shoot shooting. But some of these same principles go for other shooting. But today we're just going to use as an example a scenario where you are getting ready to catch the ball and shoot. Maybe there's a drive into the lane and you're on the perimeter, or a teammate passes you the ball, whatever the case might be. We're going to use catch and shoot jumpers as the example. So we're going to talk about 3 things that you can do to make your shot quicker. And we're going to demystify what makes a quick shot. And then we're going to talk about how to practice. The first, I want to demystify this mystery behind what makes a quick shot. Most players I see trying to make their shot quicker, and I was one of those players in high school because nobody was there to help me through this and work with me on this. I didn't have a coach to take me aside and share these secrets with me. But most players just try and rush their shot, okay? They think they're moving faster, they're rushing, and therefore they're improving the quickness of their shooting. I was one of those players. I wish I knew then what I know now, because I would have been a much better shooter and I would have had a much quicker release and been able to get off my shot. But, why is shooting quicker so important? As you go up in levels, defenders get quicker, they get bigger, they get longer, they become better defenders, they're smarter, they can close out faster. There's reasons that as you move up in levels, you need to develop a shot that you can get off against better competition. So, what is the secret to quick shooting? The secret is that it's not rushing, it is being prepared to shoot. And we're going to go into 3 elements that you can be better prepared to shoot in a catch and shoot scenario. Hey, I'll get back to the episode in just a second. I hope you're enjoying today's episode, and if you are, please share it. Share it with a player, share it with a parent, share it with a coach, anybody that you feel might need to hear it. I also wanted to give you a free gift that I've made available to you just for hanging out with me today. It's a checklist of skills for basketball players that want to become a better player, a better teammate, and to stand out to their coaches. Now, these skills are skills that are often overlooked, but they can be the foundation that a player can use to really achieve their goals. You can download it at hardsmarttogether.com/intangibles. I'll put a link below in the description as well, but it's hardsmarttogether.com/intangibles. Now let's jump back to today's episode. Okay, so what are those 3 things? One is, and this is one that goes for a lot of things when it comes to basketball, is having your knees bent already. If you're already, especially when you are in a catch and shoot scenario, you know that the ball's going to be maybe coming, maybe it's a kick out from the lane or a pass around the perimeter or a kick out from the post, whatever the case might be. If your knees are already bent, it takes motion out of preparing for your shot. So you're that much more prepared to shoot. If your knees are bent, you don't need to catch the ball and then bend your knees and then go back up, okay? So having that first step of a shot taken care of, being in an athletic, bent knee position is going to help you take unnecessary movement out of your shot and therefore make your shot quicker. So bend your knees. Be ready to shoot. The second thing that is going to help you take unnecessary movement out of your shot and therefore make you a quicker release shooter is take 1 step jumpers. Not 1 foot jumpers, 1 step jumpers. And what do I mean by that? So many players, as they're coming up through grade school, CYO, whatever it is, I've worked with a lot of female basketball players that have this habit. In order to gain the momentum to get the ball up to the hoop when they were smaller, they learned to basically catch and take these 2-step jumpers. They'd catch 1, 2, and up. But if you already have a forward foot planted, I want you to imagine, I'm not on a court right now, so it would be easier maybe to demonstrate if I was on a court, but I want you to imagine you're standing at the 3-point line and your teammates are driving and you're getting prepared to shoot and they're passing out, they're kicking out to the perimeter. Well, you're prepared with your bent knees, but if you have your lead foot behind the 3-point line, because you're going to take a 3-point jumper, right? Behind the 3-point line, but ahead of you with your knees bent, then that step's already taken place. You're ready to shoot. And therefore, when they kick it out to you and you receive the ball, you just need to take 1 step in order to elevate and shoot. So take those unnecessary steps that maybe you've learned as a youth player out of your shot. You can get just as much elevation and be just as great of a shooter if you just take 1 step and take those unnecessary steps out. So we've taken out 2 areas of unnecessary motion. Having to bend your knees because you're already ready to shoot, and only taking 1 step into the shot instead of multiple steps. So that's 2 areas that you can make yourself a quicker release shooter, okay? What's the third way? I want when you, especially in a catch and shoot scenario, you have your knees bent, you have the first foot planted, and you're calling for the ball, have your hands extended, okay? Have your arms extended in kind of a hungry position for the ball, so that the second, I should say, the microsecond that ball touches your hands, you can take it straight from there into your shot. So it goes from touching your fingertips, you feel it touch your fingertips, you take the step, you put it in your shooting pocket, and you shoot and follow through. I mean, I've done videos on all the components of shooting and ways to practice the fundamentals of shooting, so we're not going to get into all of those, but that's a way to make your shot quicker. Be hungry, be extended, so that the second that ball touches your fingertips, you can step into the shot and go straight up, okay? That takes unnecessary movement out of a shot as well. If you're one of those players today that maybe is standing on the perimeter and when you catch a pass, you have to bend your knees. You have to take multiple steps. You do some funky things in order to create momentum, in order to get the ball up, okay? Probably need to do some form shooting and some things to take those kinks out of your shooting motion. But have an efficient shooting motion, extended arms. The second the ball touches your fingertips, you're into that efficient 1-step shooting motion. You'll find all of a sudden coaches, players, fans commentators will say, man, look at how quick they get their shot off. And you'll know the secret. The secret is, no, I was just ready to shoot. I was ready to shoot, and I didn't put unnecessary motions into my shot. So, pretty simple tip today. I hope this helps you become a quicker and better shooter. I talked about practicing it. It doesn't matter how you practice, whether you've got somebody rebounding for you, if you have one of the shooting guns, if you have a bounce back that you're using, or simply you're just spinning the ball to yourself. The way to make this a habit is to, when you're practicing your catch and shoot jumpers, even spinning the ball to yourself, already be ready. Knees bent, arms extended, one step, straight into your shooting motion, and that will make you a quicker shooter. Now, you're going to have to practice it. If you've got some of these bad habits already, you've got to practice it over and over and over again. But now's the time. Now's the time to incorporate this into your shooting workouts, and hopefully you become a quicker shooter, and you'll know the secret. It's being ready. So, thanks for joining me today. If you know another player, if you know a teammate, if you know a coach, if you know anybody that could use this video, feel free to forward it on to them. And I love all the likes all the time. I love the comments, especially the comments where you say, yeah, this was helpful for me, or any suggestions for videos that you want to see down the line. Love those comments as well. But until next week, remember to play hard, play smart, and play together. See you next week.